right at the top, though, let's go through what's been making headlines, over the last week or so, and that board resignations that have come through in a big way. What were some of the reasonings for the walkout that we've seen?
Good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to the listeners. I think obviously the previous board members have made their situation clear, that they felt that they were not having good relations with the department, and so their terms were coming to an end, and they decided to leave albeit before the AGM.
Mr. Chairman, thanks very much for joining us again, and congratulations on your post. I'm not sure that I envy you your job, but I noticed on one of the local websites today, it says here that you said the next step following the government's 5 billion rand guarantee for 2 years is to stabilise the national airline. Can you tell us what you mean by stability?
I think what we're clearly trying to do is to ensure that obviously there is cost containment. The cost containment exercise that is currently going on is fast-tracked. We're also looking at seeing how we can do things much smarter and take advantage of, i.e. things like where we can buy things from group. I mean, we're a member of the Starlines group, and see whether we can what we can take advantage of from within the Starlines group in order to save costs.
Of course, this is a 2-year lifeline, Chairman, that's been granted to SAA. Some saying yet again, I mean, what's going to be different this time round when it comes to the turnaround strategy that's being tabled?
I think what I can humbly say is that at least we know we're not coming into SAA without knowledge. We know this business. We've worked here for quite a long time. I mean, we cut our executive careers in this airline. We've been here, and we're coming here now, albeit in different seats, but we know the organization very well. So we feel confident that if certain actions can be carried out, we'll be able to stop the bleeding and return the airline, hopefully within a couple of years, back to profitability. Yeah.
Mr. Kona, I was speaking to Eric Venter, the CEO of COMAIR, yesterday, and COMAIR, I think, if I read the conversation correctly, are going to challenge this 5 billion. What is the 5 billion for? Is the 5 billion, well, you talk about stability, but is it also to upgrade the fleet, to make the fleet more fuel efficient, for example? And, no. And if not, what is it for?
No, I think the 5 billion, I haven't seen the total requirements, but purely the 5 billion relates to the financial statements that the auditors had to sign off. And I haven't looked at all the benefits, but it's not even a cash. It's not even a cash injection. I would have loved a cash injection, but we're not getting a cash injection. So it's purely a guarantee that would have assisted the auditors to approve the financial statements and give us an unqualified report.
Of course, we've got, with the turnaround strategy of any sort coming to the table, goals and timelines needing to be set. What kind of timeline, has been plotted out so that SAA does eventually become a self-sufficient business or operation down the line?
We have the target our target is to complete the business plan by the end of Jan next year, and have all the approvals in line by then. That's the target, to complete the business.
Mr. Kona,
plan.
just one more thing.
Yeah.
Again, speaking to someone from the commercial airline business yesterday, we sort of threw around a few ideas. You've got to come up with this plan by the end of January in order to guarantee that that 5 billion is going to be forthcoming. We talked about the strategic nature of the state actually owning an airline, and he agreed that there were certain routes that need to be subsidised because they are strategically important, notably on certain international routes into Africa and to places like Beijing, where the load factors are extremely low. But surely the local operations should be partly or fully privatised, and commercial and capitalist factors should be allowed to come to the fore.
I feel it's different. I mean, I can give you examples of Japan, where you've got the Japanese carrier, the Japanese Airlines, that was bankrupt 3 years ago, and it's a government-owned, and a government put in some money, and it together with other private-owned airlines are working well. And I see the South African market is a big market. It can handle both a government-owned airline and South African Airways. And South African Airways has not been abusing its position as the dominant carrier, and it's purely carrying itself well. in the market. And I'm confident that there's enough space for everybody to participate out there.